Okay, mic check 1 2 1 2 1 2. Mic check. Check it a mic it a check. Check it a mic. Welcome everyone to the Pro Trader and Plus and the Wasde Report. My name is Lee Goldstein, the trading director for 10-minute trades. Please remember, all the trades we discuss are for educational purposes. I'm not a financial advisor. It is possible to lose money trading futures. All right, we're back, everyone. The mic is working. Just a reminder. Wow, I'm really happy. We're getting really good turnouts to our webinars. So here's the link. Um, Maybe it's because we're really concentrating on education in the webinars. I mean, most of the time, I think we do a pretty good job. I'm not excited about today's webinar. I'm totally unprepared, and I don't think I'm going to do a very good job. No, I'm just kidding. I think today should be good too. But we still have a WASD to take care of. So let me get my sim account back to 0 because I was fooling around with it before. I haven't really been watching the markets much today. It was really a pleasure. The open was a pleasure to come in, um, create your setup, show everybody what it is, make money in 3 seconds. Excuse me. And then we knew preliminary University of Michigan was not a great opportunity, but it was great to see members that knew nothing about trading the news when they got here making money trading a setup different than ours. It was a great thing, I thought. It was a great moment. And it doesn't make us look stupid. It makes us look really smart. I think. I think it does. Anyway, it was great. WASD, even though there's announcements on Financial Juice Pro from WASD, nobody knows what it means or what it does. I really believe that. Let's set up the chart. In other words, I can't look at the news results from WASD and make a trading decision based on those news results. And very honestly, part of the reason for that is I just don't know enough about the grains. And for all of you new people or who don't know what a WASD is, it's a grain report. That's what it is. And it has to do with planting, acres planted. I mean, look, if you really want to know and you really care, Google WASD, Google WASD, or ChatGPT WASD, because that's the new Google, Gemini WASD, Copilot WASD, Grok, Claude WASD. I'm still Googling, and I'm still on AOL. So you go figure that out. But if you Google WASD, what comes up? Of course, the WASD report. U.S. Department of Agriculture. Yep, it's still an agency that isn't gone. It still exists. There's 2 people working there now. And number 1, you can get the release dates of the next WASD report. The next WASD report is going to be October 9th, and that's important. Oh, shoot. Nope. Okay, we're good. October 9th. It does not have the grain stocks report. If you Google grain stocks report, that's the proper name for the quarterly grain report. We affectionately call it the quarterly grain report, but you need to know the official name of a report to find out when it's being released, or that you won't be able to find the report. If you type in quarterly grains, you're not going to get the report. It's called grain stocks. It's a NAS report, and it's September 30th. It's almost always the last trading day of the month. So we're looking forward to that. That's like a supercharged WASD. We've had $1,000 trades on the quarterly grain report. No joke. Thousands. For real. Okay. I'm not going to, I have to really control myself. We're online. I want to thank everyone who's joining our stream. We love streaming. I need to figure out how to get more people to come to our streams. I think if I stream in a bathing suit, that might do it. Actually, that'll make no one come. But I mean, being serious, we're struggling. I could lie. We're struggling to get people to come to our streams. I think it's totally my fault. We're not doing it every day. I think if we did it every day, it would be better. And I kind of don't pay attention to the stream, and it's not intentional. It's very hard to trade, to pay attention to the stream, to run the trade room, to smoke pot, drink whiskey, uh, watch my daughter's dogs, all during one trade. It's very difficult to do all those things. It's almost impossible. In all seriousness, it's real. There's a lot going on during a one trade room, and it is difficult to pay attention to the stream. Also, it's on a different computer because we don't want to use the resources of the trading computer to do our streaming. Actually, I'm taking that back. The actual stream is on the trading computer, but I can't watch it on the trading computer because I don't have enough screens and resources. I don't want to use even more than I'm using now. And it's on another computer. I need to mount the laptop on a wall. That's the truth. Then it would be really cool. But at my age, my last breath could be my last. So it's really hard for me to take on big projects when, I could just take a breath and die. So it is going to just stay the way it is for now until someone can guarantee that I'm going to live another 3 or 4 years. If someone guarantees that, then I'll mount the laptop on the wall. Here's the Wasde. Wasde is a corn trade, used to be, and it's a soybean trade. We're going to trade soybeans. Notice we do not have the trap trade on corn anymore. It hasn't been reversing very much. So corn, the symbol that we're going to put on the chart is ZC 1225. Now I'm going to be very alert for a reversal on corn. And the other thing on corn is they would not let us trade corn in our prop account. And I'll show you. So right now I'm on a prop account. If I try to put a trade on with corn, it's going to say not positioned, not permissioned, I mean. I cannot trade corn in bull and ox. I don't know why. We can trade soybeans. Now, if WASD had been trading phenomenally well, I might consider trading corn in my cash account rather than prop. But it's just, it's doing better than it had been, in all honesty. On corn, if you notice, we've got 4 out of the last 7 that have been decent. They've been decent. It's getting better on corn. I'm tempted to trade one contract. Here's the corn setup for those who can trade corn normally or are going to trade 2 contracts in their cash account. Right-click the chart, click strategy, double-click news trader. It's a breakout, and we're going to trigger at 11:59:59. Now, WASD does not show up in most calendars. It does get a note in investing.com, but no results, and Financial Juice is covering it now. They haven't always covered it, and they've covered it and stopped covering it. Bracket is 6, position 1 is a 1, position 2 is a 1 on corn, target 1 is 8, target 2 is 20, and the stop is 15. And I would use a break even minus 6 on my target 1 stop move. It's $12.50 a tick on the corn futures and on the soybean futures. That's my setup. I'm going to put the time on 0. To look at the bracket in sim. Corn's in a fairly tight range. 6 is a pretty small bracket. I'm a little bit concerned about the bracket because the moves are improving in the corn breakout. They are improving. If today's a really good breakout, I'll consider corn possibly for next month. Cash. I'm not prepared to do it today. So I'm just going to sim it today. It's on the verge of trading better. But if you notice, we've had the last 2 out of 3 canceled. No fill. And we only have a 6-tick bracket. That's not very much. I will also set up, don't forget if you test your brackets, to put the time back to 11:59:59. Bracket is 6, position 1 is a 1, position 2 is a 1. The chart is ZC 1225. Stop is 15. Should it hit target 1, BE minus 6, and it's labeled breakout ZC. And right now I'm on sim. Should you want to trade this with one contract, I'd use target 1, position 1 is a 1 or a 2, depending how many contracts on the position. If you want to do a 1 position trade, I should say. 1 contract, 1 position. Position 1 would be a 1, position 2 would be a 0. Target 1 would become target 2. You make that your bigger target. So that would be a 20 instead of an 8. You don't need target 1 stop move because, duh, if you're trading a 1 position trade, you don't have a target stop move if it hits your first target, do you? No, you're out of the trade with a win. Stop is 15. Go down to right above unattended. If the market moves 15 ticks in my favor, move the stop to break even plus 11. That's how I would do the 1 position trade. If the market moves 15 ticks in our favor, move the stop to break even plus 11. So I've explained this so many times, but because we always have new people, we really have to be patient and explain it over and over, and it's okay. The way that works, and it is a nice feature, so you're trading 1 position, 1 contract as a way to reduce risk. You know, maybe it's like this trade. You don't have faith in it yet. This event has not garnered faith because it's been years now that corn has not been trading well. We're not just talking 7 weeks. It's been a year at least, if not longer, that corn has not been performing well. And in fact, we've had a trap trade up until last month, and the trap trade stopped performing, stopped reversing. Well, so the idea with the 1 position is you're reducing your risk, but you have to think, what would your target be? It's hard to figure out what the target is on a 1 position trade. So use target 2 from the DMM if it's a DMM event. And then if the market moves part of the way to that target, move your stop into a profitable area, not right on top of the move. So in other words, if the market moves 15 ticks, don't make the stop move 14. Give it a little bit of room. Because if it's super fast in the move, it could miss placing the orders, which happens. So if the market moves 15 ticks, we'll move our stop to break even plus 11. If the market happily keeps going to 20 ticks, it'll hit our target. But if it moves 17 ticks and then reverses, you'll have your stop in a profitable place. So that's the whole concept behind the one position trade. And it could be a multi-contract one position trade. The key is not so much the one contract as one position. And all these years I've really been saying one contract, but what it really is one position. I think that makes it a little bit clearer. All right, that's how I would do it. Right now, I'm set up for a sim corn two position. I'm going to leave it at that at the moment. I am tempted. No, I'm not tempted. I'm going to put on an extra strategy, a reverse continuation. Change the breakout to reverse continuation. That's going to be a one position trade. It's 1250 a tick. We're just going to target 20 tick target. You don't need a target one stop move on a one position trade. We're going to use a 20 tick stop. And then we're going to go down and label it. Label corn reverse continue. Okay. And we have to make sure in our breakouts labeled. And right now the account's on sim. Apply it and okay it. So we have two setups for corn. Let's get to soybeans. Soybeans have been trading overall pretty well with Wasde. We did have a stop last month. It's been 50-50, but there's been some nice winners. Last month we had a whippy candle. We've slightly increased the bracket this month to keep us a little bit safer. Now, corn, so soybeans, ZS 1125. Are we sure about the contract? How do you double check? Go to New Market Analyzer. It opens up our special little template. Right click and we're going to add the current soybean, ZS11. It's got good volume. And the next contract, it's certainly not 9. I have no interest in trading ZS. I'm not even sure there is a 9. With grains, I always forget. Let's see. You know, does anybody remember everything? I don't. ZS, there is no 9. There is a July contract that's expired long ago, but there is a January, and that has volume, but not that much. So we're looking good. ZS 1125 is fine, 65,000 volume. So our breakout trade 1159.59. This trade, we will not know what the news is. Actually, with Financial Juice speaking in my headset with their Squawk Box, we will now know exactly when Wasde comes out because they'll be speaking results. We have a 13 bracket. Position 1's a 1, position 2 is a 1, a target of 8, a target of 25. I'll do a BE minus 5. On my target 1 stop movement, my stop loss is 20. I think, therefore I am. We'll label this breakout ZS. We're going to go up and check our brackets by putting our time at 0. We're on sim. There was some very negative news this week for soybeans. I don't love the fact so many trades this week, even though we've had so many winning trades. So many winning trades. A lot of trades have been right at the highs and lows. So it's a negative. I would rather not have an order fill right at the high on a breakout trade. I prefer if we sell off a bit or go up a bit. I'd rather sell off here before the news. Still trading it. Our brackets aren't that big. Putting the time back to 11:59:59. Jag, it sounds like you had the wrong account on your chart trader. You'll see the range, but you won't see the orders. So next time you set up a range trade, make sure that your chart trader account matches what you've chosen for the software in the setup that I'm doing right here. So my activate is 11:59, my bracket 59:59, 13, position 1 is a 1, position 2 is a 1, target 1 is 8, target 2 is 25, stop is 20, BE minus 5 on the target 1 stop move, and target 1 stop move is very voluntary. The way that people manage their trades is not in stone. There is no perfect trade management. You know, if every single trade reverses after the news comes out, then target 1 stop move is a yes. It's in stone. But that's just not the way it is. Okay, we tested our brackets, we put our time back. Now you have to make sure you choose the account you want to trade in. And I want to look at my accounts and see what I've been trading in this morning. We've made a bunch of money already today. I want to trade this in a zero account. So let me check account number 20 for soybeans. And this is what I mean, Jag, right here. I'm choosing the account in the chart trader. And then that's what I chose inside the software. Otherwise, you'll see the range, but you will not see the orders. That happened to me this week on one of the market opens. I didn't have my chart trader on the right trade. Now I'm also going to set up a reverse continuation with soybeans. So I'm adding a second strategy to the same chart, same account. Adding that second strategy, turning the breakout into a reverse continuation. Just one position, and we'll go for a 20 tick target, a 20 tick stop. We're going to label this soy reverse continue. And what count? What do we say we were in? Number 20. Same account. Apply it. Okay it. Applying it and okaying it puts the final adjustment to the strategy and puts it in to the control panel, or it edits it into the control panel. Any changes you would make when you press apply and continue, it makes those changes and puts it into the panel so that when you click the enable button on, it's the updated editing that you did on the strategy. Last month, Wasde just got us because our bracket was a little bit small. Normally, we would not automatically increase the size of a bracket because of one event. But if it's only a couple of ticks and the market moves over 6 months, will still give you profit, then we would consider pretty seriously doing it. Trying to be safe is number one priority after finding profitable setups, right? Setups that have great potential for profit. That's number one. Number two is then coming up with the safest possible setup for that trade. Look at corn. Corn really moved well. The chart was spread pretty wide. It was 26 ticks, if I remember. And soybeans moved poorly, just barely hit the bracket. Okay, Jack. Like I said, it happened to me this week. It's one of the most common range trade mistakes that we make. Sorry. Let's get July here. They pronounce it Wasde in Financial Juice Pro. He just said Wasde. I do not think it's pronounced Wasde. Maybe all these years I'm wrong. It's possible. But I could never call it Wasde. Sorry. Now they are British, so I'm going to chalk it up to the fact that they're in the great country of Britain. And you could see it had a nice move on soybeans in July. And corn, no, crappy move in corn. WASD. Trying to think of another word that sounds like WASD. So the move was decent in July. Gave you the opportunity to move your stop to safety. And then magnet time, right? Test of the low. Test of the low. On our charts today, we got a little bit of help, maybe. Remember, I said I would like it to sell off before the news. I'd like it to sell off a little more. It only sold off 1 point. It's only 4 ticks. It's not enough. You do have the low of day magnet is the magnet to play. If you're going to play a magnet on this trade, the low of day is the way to play. Why? It's a double magnet. The PP and the low of day are in the same place, very close to each other. So you could set up a magnet right here, low of day, standard low of day magnet. Now we don't have a lot of time before the trade. Right click the chart, click on strategy, click magnet, higher day, lower day is already set. Proximity goes to 5. I automatically put it on 5. That will be updated in a future update to be default. Leave everything the way it is, right? If you look at sim, you put it on and turn on the magnet. Watch what's going to happen. You're going to get a higher day and lower day. I don't want to be long under any conditions here. It could work. It's not that it's bad. I actually take it back. We're far enough away now that if you want to trade the magnet long, I would move my entry down so you could make a few bucks. But short is a nice fat profit. If it does it, I would move my entry somewhere in this area here. And if the price shoots down and tests the low and the PP, you have a great magnet. Now remember, your magnet is not automated. We're just watching it unless you turn it on. Make it purple. Okay, I'm not doing the magnet right now. I'm going to do 1 full week. We're going to do we're going to have a magnet week. We're going to have a magnet week. Not all we're going to do, but we'll concentrate on tons of magnets. It is a fantastic way to trade. It's great for prop accounts because it's consistency, right? You don't have an $800 winner very often and then a $200 winner. More often you have a $300, 180, 250. You don't get those gigantic news breakout moves, if you know what I mean. So prop accounts love that. They have consistency rules. You don't have to deal with data feed issues most of the time because when you're doing a magnet, the data feed should be working pretty well. It's a whole system by itself. Obviously, I'm a real believer in magnets. I use them much more when I'm not in the room than we do in the room, only because our DNA has always been the spike trade, breakout trade, and trap. Trap trade is almost as old as our breakout trade. Here we go. Our brackets will show up 1 second before the news is due, but we do know that Wasde takes a little time sometimes. Wasde. All right, hit the first target. I'm trailing. I'm probably too close. We're going to maybe get that test of the low. Trailing, trailing, and 300 bucks. Look at corn. I really knew in my heart of hearts that corn was going to burst. Corn is back, folks. Corn is back. Corn, leave the reversal on, turning off the breakout on both. We made 300. These are going to reverse, in my opinion. Taking a long on corn. I'm in sim. Keep that in mind. I'm on sim. You already missed the soybean reversal, in my opinion. My stop on a soybean reversal would be below the low if you were doing it. It didn't test the low yet, where corn did. Corn made a new low, okay? So the stop, I think it can be above S2. If it goes lower than that, if it breaks S1 and keeps going down, the reversal's a mistake, in my opinion. It would be a mistake, okay? There just might be too much power to the downside. Don't forget, now it might be too late for some of you, but probably most of you are not trading corn. Don't forget not to use the squeeze to help you get in. I should have used the squeeze to wait. It's too powerful to the downside to have taken that long yet. I should have waited. I really should have waited. We're not getting a lot of push, but it's still got a lot of momentum to the downside. Remember also, the 30-second squeeze is a much better chart. Much better chart. Much better chart for the squeeze. Now, I think this target is too far. I think R1 is a reasonable test, if that. This is heavy movement to the downside. Now, just looking at the news, soybean is 300 million versus 291. I'm trying to understand why it's considered negative. I see mixed news. Corn has what seems to be negative news. Well, I would say positive, higher. I don't understand the WASD news. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to even look at it. I'm going to have to learn about it. We've never had calendars report on the news. We never much cared either. We studied the behavior, and I will study the results so I can be intelligent about it. But it was a pretty simple decision to take the reversal here because it made a new low. Just like soy, it's a low risk reversal. I would bring my stop into safety now, right? Expand my target. I don't know how far it's going to go. I don't have to limit myself with a hard target. That's dumb. Expand your target. Move your stop. Make your target big. Expand your target. Give yourself the largest opportunity. and then trail. Try to trail not too close. Don't be guilty of what I always do. Trail too tight. These are trades that we know their history. They reverse. They do this. They do this. All right. That was an awesome corn trade. Corn is back. Corn is back. Okay. We've seen enough. Soybeans traded well today. Traded well. So, Calvin, you say you didn't trade. I'm mystified that you didn't. I don't get it. You trade everything. Wasde is a family money trade. So how come you didn't trade it? Or do you mean cash? Frank, 6 ticks, one lot. I'll still take 6 ticks. I'll take it. Who else? Anyone else trade? Why did no one trade? Wasde's not very scary. It's not a scary trade. It's pretty straight ahead. Anyone? Just type in, I'm curious, why don't you like this trade? Why didn't you trade it? Because I'm seeing only one person traded it. Nobody? Okay, Ray, here we go. Ray doesn't F around. Ray trades. Ray trades. All right. No, that's not fair. I mean, just trade in sim, at least. If you're not trading, you should be trading in sim and practicing, right? You should be practicing. Alan, let's look at the move. It was a pretty weird, I think it was a weird spike. It was a weird spike. Now, corn, look, there were some clues that corn would be good. There were some clues. There were some clues. And now corn has come roaring back. 2 months in a row with nice, nice moves. 2 months in a row. So that's enough for me because we've got 3 out of 5, 4 out of 6 now. I think if we look at the numbers carefully. So corn is definitely back. So Ray, nice screenshot. Alan, let's see what happened. Sal, thank you. Frank, totally understand. If you've made money all morning and you want to be done, you're totally allowed to keep your money. Totally get it. Um, Ray, I'm just reading everybody else. Alan, you got filled. Alan, were you cash or were you prop? I'm thinking you're cash. So let's look at the move and see what happened, if we can tell on soybeans. So let me get the video. Let me render it. So 104, 1043.75. You got filled. Sheesh. Let me see where we got filled. The easy way. 1036.50. Now, the thing we have to remember is that Bullinox is not live, it's sim. In theory, but it does not really hold for prop accounts. In theory, there's no slippage in a sim account, but we see all sorts of horrific fills in our prop accounts. So, just speaking honestly, it's not a typical sim account always. Alan, let me see if we can tell anything by looking at the video. When you get filled at the top of a candle in a cash account, it's what it's telling us is the liquidity was poor at the exact moment of the event. That's one thing that it tells us. There just weren't enough orders. So it kept going and going and going rather than giving you a decent fill. Okay, here's the video, and let me record while we're talking just in case anything interesting happens. Not going to announce it or anything. Okay, so here's the video. Give me a moment. There's nothing I hate more than a candle fill at the top of the candle. It's so frustrating. But that means very well possible it could have happened to us on soy. All right. Well, man, you look at that move. You almost can't even tell what happened. It was so fast. That's the other problem, right? That's the other problem. That's the other problem. It was so fast. You can't even tell by looking at it what happened on the video. I need a video that has slow motion. I think someone once told me there's a way to use VLC media in slow-mo. So why did that not fill me long? That's really the question. It looked like it went through the order above. Alan, did you get filled long? Is that what you're saying? Yes. Alan, I'm looking at mine, and I don't know if I can put it there. I need a video, a slow motion playback. I need it for next week. Anybody have any good recommendations? Yeah, Alan, I mean, it looks like mine did not fill long, maybe just because of luck, but I see what happened. It went up first, and I think a 15 bracket was needed. I think a 15 bracket was needed. Nitin, that's really strange. Oh, you're on that new computer. You're on a new computer. So all sorts of anomalies can take place on new computers. All right, let me say thank you on YouTube. Everyone on YouTube, thank you. We're having a webinar today about all about the range trade. It's free, good education. The link is in your chat. Hit the notification bell, please, and hit the like button on your way out. I'm going to close the YouTube stream. Keep an eye on your email, but I'd rather not email. I would rather you just get notifications. So make sure you sign up for our notifications so you get them in the future going forward. And I'll see everybody on YouTube. I'll see you next week. Thank you for joining.